See, the purpose begins being defined in verse 29, and we've talked about this many times, so I won't spend a lot of time on it tonight, but the scriptures say, for whom he foreknew, he also predestined to be conformed to the image of his Son, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren. So the first purpose of God for all of our lives is that we would be like Jesus. And this is such an enormous point that can't be mined too deeply or stretched too far. God's chief desire for you and for me is that we would be transformed, born again, changed, made brand new in Jesus' image. Which means all of those things should tell us, all those words, right? Transformed, born again, changed, brand new, from death to life. If all of that is to make us like Jesus, what does that mean? We're not like Jesus. Doesn't it mean that there's nothing in us before we meet him that's like him? Doesn't it mean that we have to be not cleaned up, not fixed up, not changed just a little bit, not a little bit of new direction? You must be born again. So we can't try to figure out how to be how we've always been and be like Jesus at the same time. One of those has to die. We're either going to be what we've always been or we're going to be like Jesus. There is no middle ground. Jesus came for two key reasons. Number one was to show us the Father. John chapter 1 verse 18 says, no one has ever seen God, but the one and only Son has made him known to us. So before Jesus and without Jesus, truly knowing God's heart and character was impossible. Glimpses, see through the glass darkly. Knowing in part, prophesying in part, all these things that Paul is telling us, that unless we know the Son, there is a limitation to anything that we could possibly know about God. And so Jesus came to pull that first veil back. Before he tore the veil for the Spirit, he pulled the veil back from our eyes and said, this is who God really is. That's why over and over again, what did he say? It is written. It is written. It is written. Why? Because so many of us talk like this. Well, I always thought. Well, I believed, well, I heard, and he would say, but it is written, because what is written is the reality of who God is. That is his word that comes from his heart that declares his character. And so when you and I start getting into, I believe, I thought, I heard, we are moving away, not toward who God